Tonight on Impact, we have a huge TV title match between two rivals, Daniels and Kurt Angle. But we need a new number one contender for Bobby Lashley's TNA World Heavyweight Championship too. So tonight, fatal four-way elimination style. It's Joe versus Pope versus Jeff Hardy versus Rhino. Or is it? We'll see. Let's find out. Okay, we open up Impact this week with maybe a little bit of a, fix from last week. Suicide comes out. No, sorry, that was a change of plan. What we do, we open with this is what happened earlier today backstage. Suicide and Rhino backstage having a set two, I think they call it. Suicide talking about how Rhino cheated to beat him last night, and he knows that he cannot beat him cannot beat him without cheating. Suicide talks his way into a match tonight against Rhino in the opening match, and if Suicide wins, he takes Rhino's spot in the Fatal 4-Way. And Suicide wins to take Rhino's spot in the Fatal 4-Way because that's what was supposed to happen last episode. Yep. Suicide defeated Rhino in 12 minutes with a Suicide solution. 50 rate match, 55 from Suicide, Rhino 58. For some reason, these two just can't have good matches. Apparently. Okay, I'm glad we're done with it. Lack of associated storyline. I mean, there is. Fine. Whatever. Suicide's in the main event tonight, and he's working twice. Okay, he cut a promo on Bobby Lashley afterwards, saying that last week he thought his dream died. But now it's back on. And now he's dreaming of the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. And he's dreaming of, toppling Bobby Lashley and being at the top of the TNA mountain. 61, Suicide targeting Bobby Lashley here. Better. Okay, backstage, Kevin Nash is approached by Shark Boy. Tonight, Shark Boy faces off against one half of LAX. And Kevin Nash, Shark Boy wants him to be in his corner because he knows LAX will play the numbers game. Kevin Nash just looks at him and walks away again. Kevin Nash really does not want to be part of this. It seems. Anyways, 51, right? Daniels got a promo on Kurt Angle, hyping up the television title match, which will be coming up pretty soon. It's Daniels versus Angle tonight for the TV title. Daniels vows that he can beat Kurt Angle, and tonight he will. Before that, though, we did Beer Money versus Generation Me. We built it up last week, and a shock here as Generation Me pick up the victory over Beer Money. Max Buck pinning James Storm with a quick roll-up. The frustrations continue for Beer Money. 58 apiece for Beer Money, 52 apiece for Generation Me, 52 the match. A little harsh, but not too bad. And afterwards, after the match, the frustrations boil over. Beer Money attack Generation Me, completely beat the hell out of them, and it ends with Beer Money hitting power bombs off the stage to the floor for Generation Me. A huge bump and a big attack from Beer Money, and a heel turn from Beer Money. Complete success for James Storm, complete success for Robert Roode. Beer Money are officially a heel tag team right here in TNA. Moving on. There it is then, the TNA TV title match between Kurt Angle and Daniels. And you realise I haven't done the big and the winner because it ends in a double count out. Kurt Angle retains the title because it does not change hands due to a count out or a draw. The title stays with the champion. Kurt Angle 85, Daniels 61, 73 for the match. Pretty good. I'm hoping Daniels is going to start putting in better performances because he's better than this, but I guess I'm not really booking to win at the same time. the big matches, at least not yet, so who knows. Kurt Angle drew with Daniels though, 73, and this is so frustrating for Christopher Daniels because he really threw everything at this match. He knew he could beat Kurt Angle, is what he said. He knew he could beat him, and tonight he thought was his night, and he was close. He was this close, but in the end, the count out after neither men could get back into the ring in time, well, neither man could get back into the ring, and well, it means Kurt Angle retains the title. Daniel couldn't beat him, but he knew he could, and he was so close. Frustration afterwards boils over between both men. A huge brawl between Daniels and Kurt Angle, split apart by referees, but these two aren't done. These two are far from done with each other. We had AJ Styles come out to the ring for a call out. AJ Styles calls out the Masked Man. He demands that the man who's been messing with his life and his title opportunities comes right now out to the Impact Zone to take on AJ Styles. There's no answer, of course, like you would expect. So Styles says, well, why am I trying to talk to the Masked Man when I can talk to the organ grinder? Hulk Hogan, get out here right now. Styles believes the Masked Man has come from the establishment. Hogan does come out and first of all straight away says, look, I have no idea who this guy is. It's nothing to do with us. It seems like you've got a bit of an enemy there, AJ. Styles says, whatever, I don't believe you, but whatever. But what you can do is make the match next week. I want him. Whoever he is, I want him in the ring right here on Impact. And Hulk Hogan says, I'll tell you something, brother. I can do that. And he puts out the invitation, speaks to the camera, puts out the invitation to whoever it is, this Masked Man, that while it won't be a sanctioned matchup because he's not part of the roster, you have an invite to be here on the Impact Zone next week. 74, good segment. Big match booked for next week. That's not all, though, because it's been announced that the British Invasion will get their return match for the tag team titles. That match will happen, and against all odds, the next pay-per-view, Kendrick and London versus the British Invasion for the tag titles. Before that, though, tonight they were in six-man action. Kendrick, London, and the Amazing Red against the World Elite, that's the British Invasion, and Eric Young, who has that Cruiserweight Championship still with him around his waist. And, well, they also win. The heels win the six-man tag. Eric Young pins the Amazing Red using the ropes for leverage. He stole the belt and he beat the champion, is what he will be saying. That makes him a champion, right? Surely in wrestling. 58 from the Amazing Red, 59 from Brian Kendrick, 57 from Doug Williams, 54 from Paul London, and Bruce Magnus 51 from Eric Young. Not bad. Good mid-card stuff for TNA. Good mid-card stuff. Afterwards, Eric Young escapes with the title, but that leaves Magnus and Williams in the ring with three very pissed off baby faces who, well, get their heat back with a bit of a beatdown. Sad times for the British Invasion there. Left by their leader in a way. Eric Young is such a coward. Okay, we did a backstage segment where, ignore the fact that he says Invader's a new catchphrase, because in fact I'm saying they didn't actually speak on the mic. Being Money, though, really good performances on, as entertainment, which is good as heels. They're approached backstage by the announcer as they're leaving, trying to get an explanation for what we saw tonight. But Being Money ignore them and leave the arena. 48. Okay, we did a backstage angle where Christopher Daniels is frustrated and he finds Eric Bischoff and he demands that Eric Bischoff make this right. Daniel says he wants the TV title match next week here on Impact. And Bischoff says, listen, I know more than anybody, the controversy creates cash. The controversy I just saw out there with that finish and that brawl. I'll give you your title shot, Daniels. Against all odds. If Kurt Angle is still champion, he will still be defending the championship. But you're not going to get that opportunity because it needs to be on the pay-per-view. Christopher Daniels is not happy, as you would imagine. But he's got a title shot against the TV champion and against all odds. He's got another pay-per-view title shot. Will it be Kurt Angle? Well, we're going to have to find out over the next few weeks. Shark Boy, though, and Homicide had a match here in about 5 minutes. A short match. And a win for Homicide over Shark Boy from an interference from Hernandez. No Kevin Nash. How dare he? Big Daddy Cool did not help Shark Boy. The Cool Sharks, well, they're not taking off just yet, are they? Very sad. Very, very sad. 48. Samoa Joe got a promo on Alex Shelley here, telling Shelley, you know what? You will get the same result that your partner, that your hero Sting got if you do not stay out of my way. Will he stay out of his way, though? Because it's time for the Fatal 4-Way. It's elimination style, and the winner of this one gets a title shot at Against All Odds against Bobby Lashley, the TNA World Champion. It's Samoa Joe, it's Suicide, it's the Pope, and it's Jeff Hardy. Your winner and going to Against All Odds is Suicide in a 69 rated match. So Suicide did bring this down, which is a shame. Samoa Joe 78, 71 from the Pope, 77 from Jeff, 59 from Suicide. So 69 rated match isn't too bad, but again, it's what you would expect. The order of elimination is wrong there, so ignore that. This is how it goes. The Pope is eliminated first. The Pope is eliminated first when Suicide catches him with a roll-up, and in frustration at that, the Pope then attacks Jeff Hardy on the outside, the rival of his recently. Jeff Hardy is brutally attacked. De Niro throws him into the ring for a Samoa Joe to lock in the Kikina clutch, and Samoa Joe makes Jeff Hardy pass out. The Pope has cost Jeff Hardy the title shot here. That left Joe and Suicide pulls it out of the bag. Against all odds, you could say, the underdog has defeated Samoa Joe somehow. Oh, that's right. That is right. Thanks to the distraction from Alex Shelley. We're going to have Alex Shelley run down to ringside. Samoa Joe's going to catch on to it, and it's going to play a part in the finish with Suicide getting the roll-up. Shelley will be pleased. Joe will be not. Suicide is going to Against All Odds, and he's in the main event against Bobby Lashley. Very interested. So Joe will chase Shelley to the back, and that brings out the TNA World Champion as Suicide is in the ring. He is done. He's already worked one match tonight, a tough battle against Rhino to open the show. He's then worked this main event, and he's defeated everyone. The dream is coming true for Suicide. But that dream might just be a nightmare, because Bobby Lashley comes down to the ring and preys on the weakened Suicide. He beats the hell out of Suicide and sends a message as he stands on top with a foot on Suicide's chest, holding the World Championship high. This is Bobby Lashley's show. This is Bobby Lashley's company, and no masked freak who is literally not even big enough to challenge Bobby Lashley can get in his way. 66. That gives us a 63 rated show, so not quite as good. And a lot of that is to do with the push Suicide is getting, I will admit that. He was in the opener and the main event, and those are the two matches on TEW that really help your show rating. So, yeah, it is what it is. If maybe we had Kurt Angle and Daniels in the main event, maybe, but I felt like the Fatal 4-Way had to do it. So, just one of those weeks where you just kind of got to do it. Still increase that popularity, but it's fine. Okay, we open Explosion with Alex Shelley defeating Desmond Wolfe for a 62. Sliced bread number 2 does the business. 14 minutes, two good workers. Pretty good match, especially for Explosion. 58 from Wolfe, 53 from Shelley. Shelley was actually off his game, which is annoying, but still a pretty good start. Alex Shelley is seemingly going to be feuding with Samoa Joe, so we need to pick up some wins as well, or else it's going to, bring that match down. So, good stuff. We did math lesson number 3 here for Scott Steiner. So they've got a new chair, a new desk, as we found out on Monday. But after the laughing, he walked out. They promised not to laugh this week, and this week they're gonna tackle countouts. And consequences, he turns to his board and he writes countouts with a hyphen. And Scott Steiner stops and says, "Oh, hang on. Look, Scott Steiner don't do math, but Scott Steiner does do English, and I think you spell it 2 words: count out. Consequence. I have a major. It's count hyphen out, and the two get into a row, and it ends with Scott Steiner going, "Well, if you don't know English, you can't teach me math. I'm out." And out he goes. Again, another storm out from Scott Steiner. Math lesson number 3 does not work because English got involved. Terrible. We had a promo from the Knockouts champion talking about the slap heard around the world, I suppose, last week. And if Sky wants a title opportunity, a title opportunity will be given. 50. That's fine. Kevin Nash defeated Jesse Neal with a jackknife powerbomb inside 6 minutes for 58. Carried it too. 64 from Kevin Nash. 34 from Jesse Neal. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. After the match, though, for Kevin Nash, it's not pretty good because... Where's the segment? Kevin Nash was supposed to be attacked by LAX. LAX run out, attack Kevin Nash, and in the end, Shark Boy makes the save. Shark Boy and Kevin Nash do not sort of celebrate with each other though, because Kevin Nash still walks out on him because Kevin Nash still wants nothing to do with him. That probably be coming up in a second, but that's what happens. We then went backstage where Raven approaches Pac, who we saw last week on Explosion, and Raven tries to bring him into his flock, and Pac walks away, going, no, thank you, mate. 37, fine. There's the post-match angle. God damn it, TEW. God damn it. Anyway, Rhino got a promo on Matt Morgan ahead of the main event between these two tonight. Rhino says he was screwed on Monday. Kind of was, to be fair. And everyone knows it. He's frustrated and he wants to take out his frustrations on someone. And Matt Morgan is the wrong guy at the wrong time and in the wrong place. 46. And the match itself gets a 51. A gore from Rhino. A gore. Rhino beats Matt Morgan. Morgan outperformed Rhino, which is really weird. But a 51 is fine. We're also going to change Matt Morgan's gimmick to a lone wolf because badass is awful. That's better. That gives us a 54 rated Explosion. Better than last week. Decent main event. Decent opener. Pretty good. And that's the end of the episode then. At the end of the week and a pretty good week. This episode was okay in terms of show ratings. You know, when you're pushing Suicide from down here to try and get him up there, you kind of have to take a hit every now and again. But that's just the way it is. Be a money turned heel as well. So if you did like this video, make sure you drop a like on it. If you like what we did, drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel for more. Make sure you comment down below what you thought. And next week we'll go again. We've got a pretty big week next week with 2 more TNAs. Impact and Explosion before the pay-per-view coming up. Who's the masked man? Maybe we'll find out on Monday. Until then, peace.